I don't think in any way I'm kind of the belief now that there will be more demand for data analysts because what they can do will be much more extensive and much higher quality. I mean, I definitely find that
Yeah.
myself.
We've always said that. We've
Yeah.
always said that. But it's maybe not going to be, you know, it's not going to be everyone wants, your value isn't going to be because you're an amazing Power BI developer, right? Or someone who's like amazing at DAX. Your value is going to be what sort of insights can you create, regardless of what tool you're using or how you're creating it, that is going to drive effectiveness in my business, or in a business. Like that is what is more important, you know? Um, and I think you've got to, this is why vibe coding in my mind was always the biggest trend I've ever seen, right? I said it from day one and it is playing out exactly as I thought and even faster, probably faster than I thought. I mean, I was making wild predictions that I didn't think were wild, but most people probably were like, oh, really? I said there's going to be 20 times the amount of developers. This was like a year and a half ago or a year ago. And I reckon we're probably already there, honestly. Like we're already there within a year because everything is going to code. So if you want to become like a powerful, like a really valuable an analyst, right? You should be amazing at vibe coding, using Claude Code, using whatever coding tool that you can get your hands on to develop an automated analytics pipeline that is going to be far superior to the what came before. Um, so the just the role is changing, but the amount of analysts that are going to be required is going to be way more. It's way more. It truly
I
is. But
agree.
if you're clinging on to the ways of doing things with Excel and also in Power BI in some ways, well then I think you're going to be too slow. You're going to you're going to be held back, and like not going to be as effective as all of these new ways of working, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the interesting thing that I think is happening with Excel is Excel has become a full code tool that basically with the Excel, the ability of Anthropic to write to the native Word Excel, PDF, and PowerPoint formats,
Mm,
those have become immediately full code tools. That you basically just you do all your work in code, you you render it, and then you export it to the format. It's not like you open the format and then work in that format. That it's the
hmm
last step rather than the first. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Excel is going to continue to be. I mean, Excel is unkillable, I think, but I think
Mm,
it's largely because it made the immediate transition when Microsoft and Anthropic kind of joined forces that it became overnight a full code tool. And so you've got
mm,
people like Nate Jones writing these incredibly detailed skills that can now assemble a 7 part financial report you know validated against specific set of requirements that just runs automatically. It's like
mm.
Excel made the jump in a really unexpected way.
Um, See, I kind of feel like Excel is going to lose its relevance. There's kind of the other insights that I had because, well, I still think there'll be some utility in Excel. But my big insight is I think the canvas is changing. The
Yeah.
canvas. So just think of Excel as a canvas, as for doing lots of things. Okay. But when I go and do something, when I consider doing something new, like I did at the beginning of the week, I wanted to build a financial model. I wanted to build the idea of a financial model. And like, if I wanted to go do that in Excel right now, taking away, I haven't used Copilot. I mean, I haven't gone into Excel for a long time, but I defaulted to go to Lovable first. And I was like, I'm going to create this in Lovable. I'm going to create like a web app, basically, of a financial model. And legitimately, I think compared to how I would have had to do it in Excel historically, to get to where I got, I think I did it in maybe 5% of the time. It was a better experience. It was the actual app is way better. It's way easier to share it with someone else because I just share them a web link and then they can like play around in it. It's just overall better. You're the creative guider around like what output you want. Look, I've said this, I saw this so early. I always said you've got to become the full stack AI professional. It's not about just being a data analyst anymore. It's about being full stack. You've got to learn how to use code to build automations, to build mini apps. Like, you don't have to build Salesforce. You can build something effective, which you can do in a day, like I did with this presentation app. I mean, it literally took me a day to build this, probably less than a day, like probably took me about 3 hours to build this thing just constantly asking AI or talking to AI just with multiple tabs, like all the things that I've been saying that I've been doing. Um, and yeah, no, it's just that is the future. That is absolutely the future. And man, there's some crap takes out there. There has been some absolute just garbage takes. I see them every day, even today. Like if you know, I sometimes I just shake my head. There's like just so much misinformation out there that people that just don't have a clue about what is actually going on, right? Like I see it. You think about all the people that say, for example, okay, just say for example, how many people have you seen in the last 2 years doubt OpenAI and ChatGPT being successful? They have 900 million weekly active users on their mobile app, for God's sake. How could you say that is at all like some sort of failure or like they're not doing well? They have 900 million active users, it's the fastest growing app in the world.
Yeah, but
Even though there's,
I mean, I'm skeptical. About them. I think Google in the long run. I think Google has everything on top over them. All they
uh,
have is first mover advantage.
sure, sure. But like, you're just not taking into, like, in my opinion, you're not taking into account that having users matters so much, like 900 million damn users using your product actively every single week. Like the amount of people who have doubted that that was going to happen over the last 2 to 3 years. I've seen things weekly, monthly, and I was like, no, they are going to crush it. They're going to crush it. And to think that they couldn't um, like evolve their product into something else or something new or add new products on or find new other revenue streams is silly. They will find a way. Google didn't make money for a long time because but they had the users. They found a way. That is exactly what ChatGPT will do in an environment where there won't be just one winner. There will be lots of winners. There will be a lot of people who win.
I mean, it's funny because when you said you had a lot of predictions, I listened to them. I was like, I completely agree with all of them. I'm waiting for one I don't agree with, and I think that's the one that I think I kind of look at stuff like this, and I know Open Router is not a representative sample. Yeah, so if we can blow this up, so this is just like a week. This is month to date Open Router tokens, and as I say that that it's not a representative sample. I think when you look at who's using Open Router, it's probably much more heavily code and much more heavily kind of gaming folks. But if you look at the fact that Google has jumped out to a 4 or 5 point percentage lead when they were just a couple of months ago where they were pretty dramatically behind.
Mm.
I think now it's like they've got the better models, they've got the much broader set of capabilities. They're cheaper in some things, and there's nobody who has better access. And is that it's
Yeah.
going to be because I was talking to a friend who does a lot of Power Automate. And I said, explain to me why Power Automate has any advantage over Cloud Skills. And he's like,
Mm.
it has one. He said it has enterprise security. Enterprise security that large organizations trust. And it's like I think he's right that because I said a development standpoint, there is zero advantage. Again, the minute you step out of all code, you're slower, you're more inefficient. But I said, I think that's absolutely right. That the enterprise
Yeah, yeah.
security is going to be the winning ticket.
Well, that's always been the thing that Microsoft has lent on whenever there's been some sort of
Yeah,
disruption. It's like, oh, security, security, security. So, that is. Oh, look, yeah. I mean, enterprises, but enterprises, that's my like that. That is what big. one of big tech strategies is to scare the shit out of enterprises about security.